Hello, Colorado Realtors. I'm Scott Peterson. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Legal Bites. Guys, it's 2024, and I know, I have been inconsistent and just terrible about the production of these Legal Bites. The problem, folks, and this is a true story, my producer and trusty assistant, Monica, she managed to get herself tossed into prison, and so she's been unable to assist me with producing these things for months. And she says she didn't do it. I don't get into the details. It's really none of my business. So she's telling me she didn't do it. But we've been tied up and not able to get these Legal Bites out. I'm kidding, of course. We know there is no prison that could hold Monica Panzer. It's not possible. That's just not true. She would never do anything bad. That's the real issue. The real issue that we've had, to be very honest with you, is we've got a brand new studio. There was construction. We had some problems with the old studio. Now we're working out of a brand new studio. And with this brand new studio comes renewed energy by myself and Monica and the entire CAR staff to really push these Legal Bites out in a more consistent fashion. So that is my task for 2024. With that said, we're going to start right back in our commission position statement series. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to be uninterrupted all the way position 1 through position 28, I think there are. But I'm going to get through all these one way or another. Just trust me. Commission position statement number 8 is something that actually comes up in the real world some, and so I want to talk a little bit about it. Its title is Compensation and Assignment of Commissions. All right, it's CP8 is the way you would find it on the Division of Real Estate's website, and it addresses a couple of different things that I think are important for realtors to understand. The first thing it breaks down and talks to is this concept that commissions, real estate brokerage commissions, are paid to the brokerage firm. They are not paid directly to an individual broker. The brokerage firm is responsible for receiving and accounting for the commissions at the closing table or in the process of the settlement. And then, of course, the broker, through a CDA, a commission disbursement agreement, or some other agreement, disperses the portion of the broker's commission to the individual broker. This is a point that they bring up, and I think I was surprised actually that they hammered on this, but they did touch on it in the 2024 4-hour annual commission update course. And it goes to this first point there, that commissions are paid to the brokerage firm, not to the individual broker. All right, that's the first point it makes. The point that comes up more frequently, though, is the concept of commissions that might be paid to a broker's entity. So sometimes a broker associate might create an LLC or some other entity, often maybe for tax purposes or maybe accounting reasons, but they create an entity and they say to their employing broker or brokerage firm, hey, I want to be paid through this entity. So I want my commissions distributed to my LLC or my S Corp or C Corp or whatever kind of entity for whatever reason they may create that. And so this position statement acknowledges that that is okay, but the kicker is that entity needs to be wholly owned by the broker, or in the case that that entity happens to be a team, and then commissions are further dispersed through that team, then it could be owned by the team, but wholly owned by the team. The point here is that you can't have unlicensed individuals that are receiving disbursements of commissions. So even in a situation where if you were a broker associate and maybe your spouse was a co-owner in some fashion on that of that LLC or S Corp or C Corp, well, in that case, that entity could not receive commissions directly distributed by the brokerage firm. It has to be a wholly owned entity. The other thing that this subsection of Commission Position Statement 8 points out is that, of course, we know you can't do business if you create some LLC underneath your brokerage firm for the purposes of maybe compensation. You can't do business out of that name. You have to do business clearly and conspicuously in the name of the brokerage firm. So the only reason that you would really create one of these entities to receive compensation on your behalf would, again, primarily be for tax planning or accounting type purposes, really not for a business that you might have named to receive those commissions. And so be aware of those 2 points, because that question does come up with some frequency. And then the last thing CP8 addresses is this, and I get this question a lot too. We get a lot of people that call the hotline and they'll say, I'm having this fight with my brokerage firm over compensation, or I might be having a fight with another broker in my office over our splits. The Real Estate Commission, the Division of Real Estate, they have nothing to do with that. They do not handle commission disputes between brokers and brokerage firms. That really is in the purview of the brokerage firm. If we jump up to point number 1, which commissions are paid to the brokerage firm, the distribution of those commissions to the individual broker associate is something that is between the broker associate and the brokerage firm. Generally speaking, that would be through some form of an independent contractor agreement, or maybe an office policy manual, or some other intervening document that dictates the relationship and distribution of fees between the broker and the broker associate, or brokerage firm and broker associate. So they basically say right here, listen, don't bring us complaints related to commission distribution within the brokerage firm. It is not within license law. It's not within our jurisdiction. So those are the 3 main points of CP8. I hope that helps a little bit if you're ever having questions about these kind of issues. And other than that, we will look forward to hearing from you maybe on the Car Legal Hotline. It's available from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4 Monday through Friday. And I promise you, now that we've got Monica finally bailed out of jail, we'll be back here and we're going to be consistent, at least one of these per month, if not 1 or 2 per month. We're going to be knocking these things out in our brand new gorgeous studio. Kudos to Car staff for putting together a really nice venue for us to get these things done in. And we will see you soon on another edition of Legal Bites. Thank you.